The question seems simple, almost provocative. Is Root more dangerous than Tomoe? At first glance, many would answer without hesitation. Tomoe commands immediate respect. Her presence is sharp, elegant, and deadly. When she moves, the conflict has already begun. When she decides to fight, the outcome is rarely uncertain. There is something absolute about her posture, a confidence that intimidates even before the first attack. But true danger doesn't always announce itself. Root never needed imposing presence to be feared. She doesn't place herself at the center. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't dominate the environment with brute force. What makes Root frightening is the fact that, while everyone observes the obvious, she is observing everything.
Every conversation is a data collection.
Every reaction, a piece of the puzzle. Every silence, a confirmation. Tomoe is the kind of danger you feel the instant you cross the line. There's clarity to it. If you challenge her, you know exactly what's at stake. She doesn't deceive, manipulate, or prolong.
Tomoe resolves.
Quickly. Definitively. It's the unsheathed blade. Root, on the other hand, is the poison you don't realize you're ingesting. She doesn't need to win direct confrontations because she rarely plays on that board. Her dominance isn't in immediate impact, but in gradual control. Root learns patterns.
Understands emotional limits.
Exploits invisible weaknesses. When she acts, often the outcome has already been decided long ago. This difference completely changes the definition of danger. Tomoe wins battles. Root shapes scenarios. Tomoe ends conflicts. Root decides when they begin. There's something deeply unsettling about this. Because you can prepare against force. You can train against skill. You can plan against predictable attacks. But how do you protect yourself from someone who prefers to wait? From someone who observes until you create your own defeat? Root doesn't need to destroy an enemy to defeat it. It just needs to slowly push it into the wrong position. A miscalculation.
Hasty choice. Overconfidence.
When the fall happens, it seems natural, inevitable, almost fair. And that's what makes it so dangerous. If you've ever felt this discomfort, this feeling that the greatest risk lies not in the visible threat, but in the silent one, then you already understand why this comparison isn't so simple. And if this kind of analysis captivates you, makes you think, and leaves you uneasy, perhaps it's worth continuing here. A like, a subscription, not as an automatic habit, but as a sign that you appreciate deeper dives, where the danger isn't obvious. In the end, Tomoe is immediate terror. Root is inevitable terror. One dominates the present. The other dominates the future. And perhaps that's exactly what tips the scales. Because strength can be confronted. Skill can be overcome. But someone who always plays several steps ahead rarely needs to fight. Not because they are stronger, but because they have already won before the conflict even begins.